Learners, University Grant Commission, the apex body of higher education under Government of India, which deals with the quality of higher education, has issued two important notifications regarding research and other one for academic integrity. These two notifications came. One notification out of these two came in the year 2009 June, that is as old as 10 years now. This set the standards and the rules to be followed by the researcher as well as supervisors. One of these clause is very important, which in fact the first attempt to stop plagiarism. That is, after award of PhD thesis, within 30 days, one copy should come to a national repository, which is maintained by InfluMNet Center, and we call that repository as Shodh Ganga. As on days, Shodh Ganga holds 2,45,000 plus soft copies of PhD thesis awarded in India in various universities, more than 400 plus universities. That is the first notification. This notification is again amended in 2016, which also point to the importance of maintaining quality. And finally, an extraordinary notification came in the year 2018, that is last year. This year I am talking in 2019, so last year 2018, this notification was issued, which is mainly for the academic integrity and prevention of plagiarism in the research publications and research. So academician, I request you to read both this notification. And this notification is very important if you are a researcher or if you are guiding research or if you are pursuing research, both way. So first notification, I will not be talking much about that except that clause number which tells about uploading thesis. The second notification, let me give you some of the highlights. The notification I mentioned 2009 and which talks about this, and this is the notification which amendment came on that. Now let us see that what are the measures taken by other country. You can see from this slide, China has the policy of suspension or removal or revocation of degree for guilty student teachers under 2013 regulation, where UK, each higher education institute has its own mechanism. That means the higher education institute is given the responsibility, and Oxford for instance suspends and even expel guilty students. So as an example of Oxford, they are telling that they have the freedom to suspend and expel if anybody breach the academic integrity or commit plagiarism. And US treat it academic plagiarism, ethical breach, which dealt with the institute concerned. So many of the countries are following that national policy will tell the institute to deal with it, not like directly nation dealing with that. So UGC released the draft regulation in the year 2017, and then you have seen that paper, if thesis cheats aware of academic being legal offense, if anything is there. This regulation was there as a draft since 2015 onwards, but it is finalized. 2017, if you can see, public notice was issued inviting everybody's suggestions and views on this. So this notification is called UGC's Grant Commission Promotion of Academic Integrity and Prevention of Plagiarism in Higher Education Institution, Regulation 2017. That is issued as 18 now. So these are the notification which you can read from the website. Hindi version is there as well as English. So the date is 23rd July 2018. So it's very new policy, and the objective is to create awareness. I am taking the test as it is from that, to create awareness about the responsible conduct of research, thesis, dissertation, and promotion of academic integrity and prevention of misconduct, which we dealt with it, misconduct, including plagiarism in academic writing among student, faculty, researcher and staff. Please recollect that modules we included. What we included is that how the misconduct can be avoided and what are the different type of misconduct, or how integrity, academic integrity can be maintained while writing an article or while doing the research, ethics to be followed, academic writing, quality academic writing, how to do it, how to cite properly. All these for students and faculty members are dealt in this module. So you can tell that based on this notification content, we have devised the syllabus for research ethics, and this cover the student, faculty, researcher, not only the academician but staff also working in the same institution. Second is establish an institutional mechanism through education and training to facilitate responsible conduct of research, thesis, dissertation and promotion of it, or deterrence from plagiarism. That is right. So institute has to play a major role, like university or college, by giving the awareness every year to the students to do that. And the third one is to develop system to detect plagiarism, either develop or adopt. Right now what we did, we adopt a software to check and set up mechanism to prevent plagiarism. Finally, if plagiarism is still appearing, how to punish the student, faculty or researcher or staff depending upon the level of plagiarism content. UGC has defined 4 levels of plagiarism. The first one is the 0 level, that is 0 to 10. If plagiarized content is up to 10 level in academic publication, that is considered as negligible or no punishment is given. But anything beyond 10% is treated as plagiarism. So now there are certain area you can't even plagiarize at all. That is what is called zero tolerance policy in core area. As per this notification, the academic integrity is defined as intellectual honesty in proposing, performing and reporting any activity which leads to the creation of intellectual property. So it may not be just academic writing, it may not be just conducting experiment, it may not be restricted to just any task associated with research, but anything which leads to the creation of intellectual property comes under the act of this, under the notification which deals with academic integrity. So what are the zero tolerance policy areas? One is abstract, cannot have any copied content. Summary should not have any copied content. Hypothesis, observation, result, conclusion, recommendation. These are the 7 major areas where there should not be any plagiarized content. Now UGC suggests, as per the policy, to the institute to create two committees. Now one committee is called Departmental Academic Integrity Panel. In short we call as DAIP. Every university or college there is a department. So that is the functional unit where the people are working together. After that you may have school of different discipline. After that you will see the institution itself. So the first attempt is to check it with the committee inside the department. So that is what is Departmental Academic Integrity Panel. And this panel, there are 3 people. Generally the first one, the department head itself. The second member is the member nominated by the vice chancellor or head of the institutions. And third one, an expert who deals with plagiarism. These are the 3-member panel inside a department if there is a complaint comes about plagiarism to look into. And DAIP will give report to the Institutional Academic Integrity Panel. This integrity panel generally chaired by the vice chancellor himself or pro vice chancellor. And there will be 3 more experts in this panel, and they will try to check is there any plagiarism or not. And every similarity report is not plagiarism. That is again. So similarity check, if you are appearing in the plagiarism, you can exclude certain work. Even if content is showing at copied content, we have the freedom as per the policy to exclude few works. That is all, first one let us see, all quoted work reproduced with all necessary permission and attribution. So if you cite a quoted item or if you put the quotation mark and the author agrees to that, if it is a long quotation mark, you need to take permission from the author, or if it is a table or data set or questionnaire, if you are taking, you need permission from the author himself. So if you follow the standard practice of acknowledging, like citation, then that can be excluded in the permissible limit. That means up to 10% you can include in your paper. The other one is reference bibliography, table of content, preface and acknowledgement. This can be excluded if it is showing us in the similarity report. Then something like all generic terms, laws, standard symbols, standard equations, E = mc square. We don't need to cite anybody, even Einstein, because that is very commonly known to that. Or value of the gravitational force, we don't need to acknowledge anybody. And the distance between Earth and Moon, 340,000 kilometers, if it is shown, you don't need to quote it anywhere. So these are the things can be excluded. And these two committee will deal with various level, and the final institutional academic integrity panel will tell that the punishment, which is also mentioned in the policy document. Now, as per suggestion, these two committee, and the second committee, as I mentioned, Dean, Senior Academic, PVC, and they will place the report to the Vice Chancellor for necessary action. And the second member will be a senior academician other than the chairman nominated by the VC. Head of institution, here I am taking VC. In CFTIs it is director, and one member nominated by the head of institution, and he should be from outside the institution, and another person who is well versed with all these tools, who know how to use the tool, how to exclude it, and to be nominated by the VC again. So these are the 4 members in the panel, and once the panel is created, and these 2 panels should be in place before any challenge of plagiarism comes. So it is as per mandatory requirement to create, to constitute these 2 committees in the university. Now, as per the suggestions, there are duties assigned to institute, not just to penalize these students or faculty member. First, they should conduct a lot of awareness program. There should be training on that. So that should include cardinal principle of academic integrity in the curriculum itself, graduate. Now you can see that undergraduate also the academic integrity is discussed. In the last the draft policy which is coming out in the higher education, even in a school curriculum, that ethical reasoning is one of the parameter included. So we hope that now from school itself people will start talking about academic integrity as well as plagiarism. That is most important, because the habit created in the school. This also include elements of responsible conduct of research, publication ethics, and as a compulsory coursework or module in masters and research scholar, right now it is there, include elements that conduct research and publication ethics in orientation and refresher courses, which is conducted by academic staff college. Now it is HRDC centers, and train student and faculty, and introduced to the reference management tool like Zotero and Mentally. Establish facility equipped with the modern technologies. They should be given hands-on session on this, encourage students. You will see one of the tool as example in this course how it is doing. Now let us see the level of plagiarism. So the green 0 level is that 0 to 10%. Minor similarity, or there is no penalty. So up to 10% it is treated as minor penalty. Now the second one is level 1, similarity above 10 to 14%, and level 2, that is 40 to 60, then above 60. These are the different levels. This is up. There are penalties also. If minimum level, nothing, no penalty, but if it is the first level 10 to 40%, such a student shall be asked to submit the revised script within stipulated time period not exceeding 6 months. So if plagiarism appeared in one of the publication of a student, this is about student, faculty, this punishment is different, and student, then within 6 months he will be asked to submit the script again. If it is 40 to 60, he has to submit 1 year period. That means within period of 6 months means they should at least take 6 months period to resubmit it. In this case, 1 year the revised should be submitted within 1 year, or more than 60%, That is more important and very serious issue. Such student registration for the program shall be cancelled. So these are applicable to student, faculty, researcher, everybody. Promotion, the basic of this higher education institution, the policy is promotion of integrity, academic integrity, and deterrence from the plagiarism. So one tool also is to be given to institute to check it. Now MHRD has selected a tool, and that has that is given to other students. Now we have already seen various definition, but I would like to highlight the definition given by University Grant Commission. Plagiarism means an act of academic dishonesty and breach of ethics. It evolves using someone else's work as one's own. It also includes data and plagiarism and self-plagiarism. And plagiarism is the act of stealing someone else's work. Stealing, that stealing is important, because theft is a crime, crime is a punishable act. So stealing someone else's work, attempting to pass it off as your own. If you are taking somebody's work and cite it, it's not plagiarism. But if you are taking and pass it off as your own, that is coming under plagiarism. This can be applicable to anything, means term paper, photographer, song, even ideas. So copying somebody's idea is also treated as plagiarism. Now what need not be checked? Once again, all quoted work either falling under public domain, reproduced with all necessary permission and attribution, all references, bibliography, table of content, all small similarity of minor nature. What is small similarity? UGC policy document mentioned 14 words up to. You can take it as small similarity and discard it. But it doesn't mean that if it is the 14 words contain the major idea of somebody, then that is to be cited. Otherwise that similarity can be ignored. But this is to be decided by the faculty, not by the student. And all generic terms, law, standard symbol, standard equations. So these are something which can be excluded. You can see standard simple, standard terms, laws of small similarity. Okay. Now these are the levels of plagiarism in non-core area. Core area we discussed earlier. Now how to conduct awareness program? First proper attribution, how to give attribution to the paper, author permission, acknowledgement of source, how to do it. So citation style is to be taught in details to the students, and make a sensitization seminar about this project work, assignment, dissertation. And the assignment is the first publications students bring with a lot of copied content. So give them a hint that they have to cite from where it is taken. So from there they will start project work and assignment. These are the generally not very original work, but still 50% of the things should be original on that. So you can read the guidelines and policy documents, and with this what I stop it here, and I take the document and scroll it through it to show you once.